Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, Flip Saunders is back. Let's see here. Again, this is a team that who knows if they're going to compete, but I'll tell you what, you're going to want to watch them. That's for sure. I think they're going to try to figure out the term is not that great, but identity, what their strengths and weaknesses are. I think this year will be a year of kind of feeling all the players out, seeing who they want to keep going forward, especially after having lost, Kevin Love in the offseason. But there's some very exciting players. Andrew Wiggins, the first player in the draft, really been overshadowed by guys like Jabari Parker and who else? Jeez, I can't think of anyone right now. Sorry, but yeah, Andrew Wiggins is I guess I don't want to compare and contrast Jabari Parker. I think they're two very different players, and I think they have two very different skill sets, and they're equally talented, but in different ways. Unfortunately, we're not. I think though that Andrew Wiggins' game, unlike Jabari's, whose game I feel fit the college game better, I think Andrew Wiggins is going to fit in better in the NBA because Jabari Parker is more of a ball dominant kind of guy. He likes to dribble around and be the man. Whereas Andrew Wiggins is more of a guy who seems to want to play in the flow of the game. And in the NBA, that's really the name of the game as far as I'm concerned, is that ability to take advantage of opportunities when they come up and not necessarily try to force them. The other thing about Andrew Wiggins is he's a freak. He's a freak of nature. I think he plays a little hesitant, but I think that's because he's only 19 years old. So I don't see as much in him. Probably because I don't think there's anyone as athletic as Derrick Rose. But you watch Derrick Rose, go watch some high school tape. This dude's blocking shots, he's jumping all over the place. Then you see him in college, and there's like this real kind of hesitancy. And I think part of it has to do with when you can run that fast and you can jump that high, when you fall down, it's not like when I fall down. When I fall down, it doesn't even hurt, if I can even get my feet completely off the ground. When those guys are jumping, not only are they jumping, they got dudes trying to block their shots, shoving them to the ground, all that stuff. One tumble can make a guy really think twice about going all out. And I think when someone's trying to learn and become comfortable, I think those thoughts are also in the back of their head. And I think Andrew Wiggins has been playing conservatively because I don't know, it just looks like it. I'm probably going to sound like an idiot when this goes out, but whatever. So let's see, who else though on the team? Ricky Rubio. Yeah, amazing. He's the perfect example of a guy who everyone will harp on, he doesn't shoot well. It doesn't matter. Let's put it this way. On an NBA team, there's usually going to be 3 top options. So when you run your offense, you're going to go try to get number 1. If that's not there, you're going to go to number 2. If that's not there, it's going to go to number 3. If 4 or 5 have to shoot, that is a busted possession. Ricky Rubio should be your 4 or 5. If he doesn't need to score. What's great about him is he is so good at getting 1 through 3 in position to score. That's what Ricky Rubio does. So everyone that harps on Ricky Rubio not scoring or shooting well, you have no idea what you're talking about. Not everyone on the court can average 20 points a game. There's only so many possessions to go around. There's other roles that need to be filled that will create stat lines that don't look pleasing, but they will serve their role if you look at them correctly. So when you watch Ricky Rubio, you watch how the team runs, you watch how the other players score. You look at Kevin Love, Kevin Martin, Nikola Pekovic, Chase Budinger. All these guys really benefit from having Ricky Rubio, obviously. But what people don't understand is That's the reason. That's part of the reason why Ricky Rubio doesn't score or shoot well. Because when he's shooting, it's gonna like the end of the shot clock and not a good shot because he's gonna have to force something up because he wasn't supposed to be the guy shooting the ball because everyone knows he can't shoot. But that's why they have the other guys on the court. So moving on, Anthony Bennett. I really don't know. I mean, I don't particularly think that he's ever going to be a great player. Basically, I mean, depending on the fact he's only 6'8" and plays power forward. So that was a strange first pick last year. Now he's on the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are, I guess, going to start collecting all the first picks in the draft here. Let's see here. Corey Brewer, fantastic player. Why is he on the T-Wolves? How did his agent let that happen? This guy should be on the Mavericks or the Rockets. Oh, man. He's still great to watch on the T-Wolves, though, especially playing next to Ricky Rubio. Chase Budinger, again, he's similar to Corey Brewer, but in a different way in the sense that he's a piece for a winning team, you know? He's not going to make the T-Wolves that much better. But man, if he was on another team, he'd be a great piece because he can stroke the three. He is super athletic and he can move his feet. He's long. He's a great player. Gorgeous Dang is just getting started as far as I'm concerned. I really think that in the next couple of seasons, I don't know if it'll be this year, but I'm really high on him. He's long. He's shown great shot blocking instincts. And on offense, what's great about him is again, he's not going to be a high scorer. What's great about Gordy, though, is that you can actually run plays through him. He's a very good passer, and he's very decisive on offense. So, again, it may not show up in the stat sheet, but Gorgie knows how to play offense, and he's a great guy to be able to not have to hide on offense. You know, you can pass the ball to him, and he'll know what to do with it. And that's unusual for a lot of big guys. Let's see here. Robbie Hummel, I like him a lot at 6'9". I mean, he's not super athletic just by virtue of, if nothing else, his knee problems. But I think he has a role in the league. I just don't know what his role in the T-Wolves is. Zach LaVine, I have no idea what this guy's going to do in the league. He seems just like an athlete, maybe like Shannon Brown or something. Kevin Martin, still in the league, wrong team. I have no idea what he's doing on this team. Shabazz Muhammad has not shown a goddamn thing, and I don't think he will. Talk about a guy who is ball dominant. He does not pass the ball. It's incredible. If you go look at his assist stats at UCLA and in the NBA, this guy does not pass the ball, and he's not athletic, and there's not much to recommend Shabazz Muhammad. In fact, he's not even that great of an outside shooter, so I'm not a huge fan of Shabazz Muhammad's game. Nikola Pekovic, I'm not a huge fan of his game either, especially now that Adelman's been gone. You know, he's an Adelman type center in the sense that he is short-armed. He's not amazing. He's not a great defensive center, just by virtue of not being that athletic and short-armed. But he's fantastic on offense and very decisive, knows what to do with the ball. So, Glenn Robinson III, very good athlete. I don't know what he'll do in the league. Just who knows how teams will use him. Mo Williams, I have no idea how he ended up on the T-Wolves. And Thaddeus Young, he's a great player. But again, you know, this team doesn't really seem to have. I don't know how they all fit together. So it'll be interesting to watch. I think they'll go through a lot of lineups, different lineups this year, trying to find players. And I don't think this year will be a big winning year. I think they're going to try to figure out what's going forward. So that's the T-Wolves.